Alrighty.
I just got to show you what Hammerhead is actually driving here, because just to show you how sketchy this actually is. This is a real deal, all steel 57 Chevy. Stock trunk floor. It's got the mini tub setup.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like a factory tub, but it's a mini tub.
Steel trunk lid.
Yep, it's the real deal.
You can get up, jump up and down on it.
Hey, look,
real chrome
look
bumpers.
at those original bolts.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
It does. All steel everywhere. Everywhere.
except for body filler.
Except for body filler. Stock floor pans.
Yes, we did the door panel delete.
It doesn't have a back seat.
It's got a mild steel cage.
All the bracing still in the roof, everything. It's a mild steel cage, you know, safety first, 850 certified, which it can run on the brakes. Steel doors, nice and heavy. Steel fenders,
Also nice and heavy.
all original.
They weigh a metric ton.
Original front bumper, nice chrome, all foggy, but nice chrome front bumper.
Because we really take care of it.
The headlights have been replaced. The headlights, you know,
But we have an LED light bar, so I feel like that's fixed up.
yeah, they fell out. But yeah, we did the hood delete, so that's the only thing lacking. The hinges are still there, though.
The hood's outside, too. I mean,
Yeah.
we could put the hood back on.
You can't have your headlight if you put the hood on.
Well, I would have to relook.
That would indicate, you know, changes.
I've done the delete.
But it's all steel. It's a stock firewall. The engine's actually moved ahead 2 inches in this thing.
Which, actually, for prep racing, probably a very good thing, because it has definitely a wheelie problem.
It has a little tendency. The front suspension is all original. Cross member to frame is all original. The frame is 100% original.
Yeah, the only thing we've done is we have tubular arms in the front and ladder bar suspension in the rear. Other than that, it's a complete factory frame and suspension. It's got a stock steering box. It's got a collapsible race column.
It was a very sensible 990 bracket car,
Yeah,
and now it's just stupid. So, and dangerous.
probably.
And
But we've got a titanium bell housing.
we do have a titanium bell housing. We've got a nice Liberty transmission.
We've got good parts.
Yeah. Old school small block.
Yeah, 23
Four-
degree deal.
426 cubic inch.
23 degree.
23 degree old dirt modified heads
Dirt spec heads
that
have
we've
been ported.
ported the crap out of.
The homemade intake.
Homemade intake, homemade headers, homemade cold side,
Yep, everything.
stock placement master cylinder. But it is dual outlet at least, so you know, safety first. You'll have brakes on 2 wheels if you lose them on 2.
Well, can confirm I've had that.
You have, but it really didn't help much.
Panic.
And the it's stock dash, steel dash. Even has a stock gauge cluster with different gauges in it. Holly computer into there. MSD grid ignition strap to the front of the passenger seat. Still has the passenger seat.
So as we ran it yesterday, the car with me in it was 3850.
Yeah, you got the weight in the back, 3860.
Okay.
Yeah, it's heavy.
So we
It's a
did
tank.
138 miles an hour and 18 pounds of boost at 3860.
Yep.
So
And then you were getting ready to do a lot more than that before you ran out of fuel. You were.
yeah, no, it was
Your 530
It
run.
was definitely on its way to making. Oh, I found more accident damage.
Yeah.
I buckled it.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Your
Yeah.
530 run was
Yeah, we were on our way to probably going 141,
141,
142.
142 probably in that run. Because I mean, you're going to be way faster than 530
Yeah.
if not running out of fuel. So
Because I mean, we ran out of fuel. Now that we've seen the data, we know we ran out of fuel 4 seconds into the run.
545, you were 138, right? And that pulled all the way through.
Yeah, 138 and change.
Yeah, and then your 535, you were 120 something
Yeah, 124.
because you ran out of fuel at what 4 seconds we said.
Yeah, 4 seconds into the run.
So
So I mean, that would make me think there's a lot left in that car.
there's a lot left in it. I'm not sure it's smart to go get it, but there's a lot left in it.
So we did find a Scotia damage. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, the car's starting to roll over. It still has ladder bar suspension. We should run it up in the air.
Yeah, we should run it up and take a look at it. But it's a ladder bar deal. We have no anti-roll bar and a few things like that. And we're finding out now that we're going to have that.
I always wondered, I see Finnegan put an anti-roll bar in Blasphemy there, and I'm like, ours never roll. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
But it rolls now.
I think his did roll with like over-the-counter crappy ladder bars.
Yeah, maybe.
But ours with the big bushing, instead of having a Heim joint in the front that would allow some of this, we have a solid bushing that I machined that's nice and wide.
But even his, I mean...
But ours was never a problem to roll until the last pass. It rolled hard. And it was like, this corner was probably 3 inches lower than this corner.
Yeah, it was more than that. It was a lot.
It looked like a G-body. It was ugly. And we're like, what the heck? So we've discovered a crack in a ladder bar. So evidently all the years of launching it really hard and just relying on the ladder bars to hold it straight and square, evidently that has taken its toll. So I have the anti-roll bar that we're going to put on the Pro Mod deal. No, not a Pro Mod. Yeah, it's steel.
No Pro Mod, steel roof and quarters.
But on that, we might sacrifice that.
So far, we even still have steel doors on the other one, just a lot lighter, better chassis.
That's right. So we might end up borrowing that for this. Okay, that's probably fair.
Yeah.
We can take a look under here.
So we have a parachute mount built like a trailer hitch that literally you can use as a trailer hitch because we dragged the car around by it when it lost the differential. Yep. 12-bolt Moser differential, which has been remarkably strong. Other than we did shear off all 12 bolts once.
Yes. We had last year with turbos.
Yep.
Third, fourth gear shift, and all of a sudden,
car stopped moving.
Everything was neutral. Well, that was because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, everything you can see is stock frame.
Stock frame, stock wheel wells, stock inner rocker. I mean, you can see the floor pans from under here. Everything's stock. It's you can't really see the front suspension too well because we started to make this belly pan, which is actually
it needs to be welded in the
not
corner.
finished. We need to. We just went to the
We
track.
ended up not finishing it because we were working on getting Cody's Camaro back together.
So I did modify this a little bit so that double adjustable shock can come out with a plate, and because before it would break off the mounts, the original mounts, and then the knobs were rubbing on the spring for the double adjustable shocks.
Destroying the shocks.
So we made this setup. And then, so that's basically it. But you can see all the factory stuff. Still factory steering.
Yeah.
It's
fully original steering.
It is. This crossmember took a bit of a lick in here when the differential went flying out and it started sliding down the track.
Just a skosh bent on the bottom, but
because it did slide down the track on. This is what held the car up when the differential came out.
That between that and the bumper, it was kind of the only thing. And I was terribly worried because the fuel pump is fairly low. So of course, initially when I'm in the car, I'm thinking, shit, like it's drugged the fuel pump off the car, and we're getting sparks and we're getting fuel. Like we're fixing to have a fire, Captain, and that ladder bar cross member.
This was making a lot of sparks.
Oh, I bet it was. But that probably honestly saved the car from a fire.
It probably did. It kept the back end off the ground. The only thing that touched was the bottom of that bumper there.
Yep.
And rubbed and this quarter panel a little bit right here. It rubbed. The car obviously was getting ready to roll over.
Yeah, it was favoring this side. But yeah, it almost drug right through that bumper there. So we got very, very lucky.
So I would like to know a stock 57 Chevy like this. I mean, it's stock. It's still a real 57 Chevy.
Yeah, how fast has anybody gone?
What is the fastest real 57 Chevy in the world? Not like a chassis car or all fiberglass stuff or all that. I mean, I know there's some of those that are wicked fast, but a real 57 Chevy. What's the fastest one in the world? That's my question. I'd love to see somebody that can comment on that with some real evidence and let me know. I'd like to know that. seeing here?
Well, we're seeing here in blue, we got air-fuel ratio. This is our start of our pass. So here's where we're getting her up on the old two-step-a-later.
Mm-hmm.
So we're making up to, we're not really trying to make any boost on the two-step to speak of, just because, you know, I think it's launching probably hard enough already.
It would appear to be.
So can we do a time rigmarole? So 82.5-ish seconds is when I let go of the clutch. It probably hooks in, honestly, about here where the RPM spikes up and then starts to drag down.
Yeah.
It's probably where the clutch actually hooks.
Yeah.
So
Sure it is.
the better part of 82 into 83
You
seconds.
probably drop the button just a hair before you drop the clutch.
It always kind of does that. I think it takes time for the
Yeah, the clutch.
the clutch fingers and everything to come up. So, long story short, it's rolling into not 6 pounds of boost kind of thing at a second from the leave, which is about the end of our
It's
wheelie.
about where you see the car start to go too in the video.
Yeah. See, so we're about a second into the video. We have 8.6 pounds of boost. So to me, that's about, we can start throwing. That's like we're still in our wheelie. We can start throwing boost in it really there. And then it's going to climb up. We can watch our fuel flow. So we started about here, 82.5. We're at 84.25, and we've got 1,269 pounds per hour of fuel flow. So that it's making really good horsepower. Air fuels seem, I mean, they're a skosh on the lean side, but like it's not far off. I can add a few percent to the fuel table. We're going to run out there, and this is where I'm in third gear. I was running it through third, I suppose.
You got all kinds of fuel there.
I got all kinds of fuel there. This is where it goes lean.
Yeah.
So I'm running.
You're at 10.8 there, so.
Yeah. Hey, get over here. So yeah, 7,600 RPM, 77. That's where I'm making my shift. Boom! I make my shift. It's slowly pulling down, and then
Trying to get a better view of this thing. That glare everywhere.
Computer skosh. And we hit this point right here, which is where the wheels fell off the wagon.
How many seconds in was that?
82.75 to 86.75 about. So 4 seconds into the runabout, it ran out of fuel.
So the last second 30, you were out of fuel.
Yep.
You were coasting from 4 seconds on.
Yep.
And it ran 5:30.
Yep.
No wonder it was so slow in mile an hour.
I mean, and you see it kind of tried to like maintain RPM.
It's funny though, it's holding pretty good air fuel until just all of a sudden.
It just starves.
It's just flat run out of fuel pump.
It's fine, and then it's just like, sir, I'm done. Like,
but we're decent on. We're not really gaining boost out there or anything. I mean, why is it all of a sudden out of fuel there?
We're getting up to peak boost, and that's where we reach peak boost, and then it just says, screw you guys, like I'm done.
Yeah. You got about 4 seconds worth of fuel, and then it's all over.
Yeah. Well, and the run before this, if we were to go back and look at that run, obviously we ran less boost through here.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of band-aided that problem and let it run on further.
Yeah.
But same issue.
Yeah. Which is your boost line? The blue?
I'll remove everything else. So you can see I got fuel pressure on there. It's not showing. Boost is the dark blue. I'll remove all the bullshit so you can really understand.
Yeah, I see the dark blue. That's what I'm assuming it was boost. So really our boost is really climbing then. I was looking at the red line. What is the red line?
The red line's RPM.
Okay.
So I'll remove the
So that's why
maps
that's all staying about the same
boost.
then. So our boost really is climbing up then just as we run out of fuel.
Yeah, we're just reaching up where we're actually targeting, which it's 18 pounds, so that's about where we're targeting, and that's where the wheels fall off.
So you just plain need more fuel when that boost gets there, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So like I feel like we'd cut it off down here at
So we
say
just plain don't
16 or 17 pounds of boost, and we could probably run it out the back. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I do want to kind of figure out how to add more, how to kind of get more boost in it early. You know what I mean?
Add more dome pressure early.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to look back at my dome pressure and compare how much dome I had on it versus what it's really trying to do. But no, I feel fairly good about it.
But you tried adding more boost early on that run, and it took it. I mean, it gave you more boost.
It took
early.
it, and honestly, it like the clutch loosened up too. It helped it get up to RPM.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, that time, the first time it pulled the RPM right down to like $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
That time it pulled RPM down on the leave to 4,800.
And you could pull those weights out of the trunk too, and
It might help quite a bit. Yeah. So, but I mean, we're leaving at 45. It jumped up, it spiked, and it settled at 48, and then rode out from there. So, I mean, I feel like that's fairly good. We're not probably super far off on our clutch tune-up. Maybe we could knock another half a turn out of base pressure.
Yeah.
Maybe a turn out of base pressure.
turn.
But we're going to have to be very wary with those weights and everything else because there's a very good chance it's going to...
yeah.
Because, I mean, already the wheelie, it was very manageable, but if it
I'm
elected...
thinking since we're trying to break the ladder bars off, it might need an anti-roll bar before it,
Yes, I agree.
you know.
I agree. So that's definitely fuel system it needs. That pump, though, like we're saying, we're researching the whole pump thing. Or we're underdriving our mechanical pump like almost 50%.
Well, I'd say a good strong 50%.
So, I mean, long story short is, I mean, if we figured out a way to get it 1-to-1 or something like that, I think we'd have a lot better system. I'm sure, like we were talking about, that is just fuel starvation.
Yep.
That's it.
We're running out of pump.
That's it.
Pure and simple.
So, yeah.
May have to buy a bigger pump. Maybe we'll turn this one faster.
I
than
think this one will turn faster. I don't know that it's even a Band-Aid. I think we did the wrong thing setting the pump up in the first place. So that's that. But our air fuel and our two-step and everything to build boost is good. It's running like stoic on the two-step. So I mean I feel like that's a little lean in places, but I feel like that is that's going to be good. Now if we start pulling timing, we can actually get it to build boost straight up on the two-step and do something.
Yep.
But honestly, as far as boost response in the run, it seems to pick up boost fairly quickly.
Yeah, it does because you see that
from the leave, like
you see from your
like we're not trying to make anything on the brakes or
from your
on
lead
the,
right
on,
there. You
on
immediately
the
start
two-step,
building boost,
and it slams boost into it really good.
Yeah.
So
and if we can get it to leave with a few pounds in it,
exactly,
if you had a little boost built in, it would gain
tremendous.
Yeah, because you'd have the turbos up and rolling.
So yeah, I can take this as note, and I'm gonna go in, and I'm sure I'm gonna mess with the fuel a little bit and just kind of dial in the fuel table a bit. But honestly, I mean, it's running well. It's not like in the danger zone or anything. I mean, there it looks like it went a little bit lean right off the shift. Yeah, it was lean, but it's like 12.0. It's not gonna die. So I'll probably figure a couple things like that out.
You could add a little fuel here and there and do a few little
Yeah, I got a little I can add, a little I can pull out. Like there's a big old rich hole here.
Yeah.
And it was rich. Well, it was trying to compensate like hell here. So it's got like a lean patch here too. So I got to figure that out. But I feel like that.
Well, it seems to be richer at a higher RPM. I mean,
that's fine. But like we have a couple little tune things that we need to address. But I mean, it's fair.
All right.
Give it the delicate adjustments.
You're the one that smashed it.